Rick hints to chase Alexis murdered Kate's. Today on General Hospital, Lucky learns what Holly is up to. Joss fears for her mother. And Dante and Jordan get a lead on Isaiah's identity. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the Quartermain mansion, Tracy, Ned, Brooke, Lynn, and Olivia lurk in the foyer while Lois gets her speech lesson. Eventually, the lesson concludes, and everyone enters the living room to check on Lois. She tells them, with no accent, that the lesson went well and was very enlightening. Everyone is shocked, and Olivia tells Robin to change her back. Lois says she's fine, and now she sounds like everyone on the news. Olivia tells Tracy that she's gone too far. Tracy offers to pay Robin double if she can fix Olivia too. Brooke Lynn asks if her mom likes the way she sounds. Lois says she is getting used to it. She says it's fun, and it's like she's playing a role. Brooke Lynn doesn't want her to feel she needs to do this because of that one caller. And she loves her as she is, breaking from her phony accent. Lois thanks her daughter. Meanwhile, Tracy tells Robin she's stunned by Lois' transformation. Robin says Lois is a very apt student, and she then begins to deconstruct Tracy's accent and background. Tracy is astonished at how good she is. Robin tells Lois she'll be in touch and departs. At the hospital, a CSI agent takes photos of Isaiah's tattoo as Sidwell's man lurks about. Dante arrives and lets Jordan know he found a cracked phone at the crime scene, and the prints match their John Doe. CSI is working on the phone now. The orderly continues to hover and tells someone on the phone he has to wait for Isaiah to be alone to act. In Isaiah's room, Dante tells Jordan they just got a serial number on the phone. It was registered in Nairobi, where Laura and Kevin just went. In a private office, Rick tells Liz they must let the police know what they saw. Liz says she's not sure what they saw, and maybe it was Alex's phone she tossed and not a gun. Rick never thought he'd see the day she refused to do the right thing. Liz tells him that perhaps he doesn't know her anymore, but she knows Alexis wouldn't kill anyone. Liz also asks him to think about how Molly would feel about him having her mother arrested. He thinks Molly would want to know the truth, and he's an officer of the court and is obligated to report a crime. Liz says, "Give me a break." Liz tells Rick this is about sticking it to Alexis, and his reputation is toxic, which is why he needs her. He admits he doesn't like Alexis, and if she's so sure she didn't do anything wrong, then why not tell the truth and let Alexis prove it? At the PCPD, Dex is in his dress blues, having just graduated, and is also reporting for his first shift. He speaks with Chase when Anna approaches them about a break in the Jagger Cates case. Anna says in Port Charles, there are only about 109mm handguns, the kind used to kill Cates, and one is registered to Sonny. Dex thinks they should get to Sonny before he disposes of the gun, if he hasn't already done so. At Sonny's, he tells Jason that one of his guns from his lockbox has been taken. He then pulls out another gun, which is his priority right now. This gun ties him to Jagger's murder, and he asks Jason to get rid of it. It's unregistered, and he also has the bullet shells for Jason to dispose of too. Jason asks if there were any witnesses. Sonny says Michael, but he covered for him, and Carly gave him an alibi. Jason says the missing gun is a problem, and Sonny says it's registered and legit, and could implicate him. Jason asks who has been in the penthouse lately, and Sonny lists people off, but nobody knows the lockbox combo. That includes Ava, whom he heard recanted her statement. Jason gives him the short version of what happened with Ava last night. Sonny says that Jagger tried to end his family and failed, and he thanks Jason for everything he's done. Jason says he'll get rid of the gun and casings. As Jason is about to leave, Anna, Dex, and another cop arrive. Anna has a warrant to search the premises for Sonny's weapons. Sunny tells Anna this is a waste of time, so she asks him to make it easy and produce his guns. Dex knows where the lockbox is, and Sunny tells Jason he doesn't need to see this play out and can go. Before he can leave, Anna stops him. Anna assumes he and Sunny are working together again. Jason claims they are only partners in Corinthos coffee as always. She notes she enjoyed working with him, but now he needs to stay out of her way. Dex brings out Sunny's lockbox, and Sunny opens it for Anna. She sees one of the guns is missing. Sunny acts shocked, and Anna explains Agent Cates was killed with a 9mm. Sunny wonders if he should call his lawyer, though he does have an alibi. Anna has heard about his ex, and unless he can produce this gun, and they run tests on it, they can't disprove it wasn't involved in the murder. Back at the station, Rick and Liz speak with Chase. They tell him last night they saw Alexis at the canyon and drop a gun into the water. When they sit down with Chase, Liz goes on the record as saying she doesn't believe Alexis was involved in Kate's death. Rick and Liz sign their statement and get ready to depart. Liz has to return to the hospital, and Rick, claiming he left his pen in the other room, says he will catch up with her later. Chase returns with Rick's pen, and Rick admits something has been bothering him. He says Alexis was angry about Kate's railroading Christina, and she'd do anything to protect her daughters. He says this is upsetting, even Alexis has killed before. Chase is surprised, and Rick claims he thought he knew as it's in her record. He says it's a shame as she was just putting her life back together. Joss storms back to her place as Carly bangs on her door and tells her to open it as she's not leaving. Joss opens the door and asks if her mother spent the night with Sunny. Carly admits she did, so Joss has nothing to say to her. Carly barges in and tells her daughter that she's a grown woman and can make her own choices. Joss knows her mother wouldn't let her go back and forth with a toxic and abusive man. Carly wouldn't, but she would hear her out and wants her daughter to do the same. Carly asks why she was at Sunny's earlier. Joss tells her what she heard about her and Sunny in Tracy's bed and had to make sure it wasn't true. She asks how she could go back to Sunny. Carly explains that she and Sunny have been through a lot and that they have an unbreakable bond. But this was a one-time thing, and she's not getting back with him. Joss doesn't understand as Sunny is a dangerous man. He attacked Dex, and Jagger was killed last night. Carly knows as she was with Sunny when it happened. Joss is stunned and asks her mother if she slept with Sunny or gave him an alibi. Joss stops her mom from answering and says she doesn't want to know, and whatever is going on, she's let Sunny back into her life and is risking everything for him. Joss says she's putting Sunny above everyone else and has made herself an accessory to murder. She almost lost her recently and can't live her life without her in it, but Carly insists she'll be okay. Joss knows she can't promise her that. Carly needs Joss to trust her and asks her not to share this with Dex. Joss has no intention of involving Dex, as he just got onto the force. Carly says she loves her daughter and will be fine. Joss fears one day Sunny will ask her for a favor that will cost her mother her life. And what if this is that favor? In Africa, Holly visits Lucky, who is shackled in a room with a card table. She asks if he is okay, as she heard he was stabbed. Lucky says he's fine and asks why she's here and if she needs help escaping. She lets him know that she's perfectly safe. He asks what in the hell she's doing. Holly claims the heart wants what it wants. Lucky doesn't believe she is attracted to Sidwell, but she reminds him she was always attracted to the bad boys like his dad. Like his dad, Lucky says he knows a con when he sees one, so this must be a big score. Holly reveals it is, and it would be a pity if he blew her cover. Holly says her plans should be completed by this evening, but Lucky assumes the clock is ticking with Isaiah's escape, as he has to have contacted the WSB by now. Holly asks how long it's been since he's been in Port Charles. Lucky admits it has been a while, and there is no shortage of problems in the world that must be solved. Holly assumes his family misses him, and he wonders if his mother sent her to guilt-trip him. Suddenly, they hear footsteps approaching. Sidwell enters, and Holly calls him darling. She says she wanted to test this one's poker skills after hearing about him. She has to prepare for their special night, and asks him to help her zip her dress. He says he'll be with her soon as he has to play a hand with Lucky, who needs to win his right to keep breathing. Sidwell gloats to Lucky that he hates to be the bearer of bad news, but his friend isn't going to be able to help him. Back in Port Charles, Sidwell's man enters Isaiah's room with a syringe. Next on General Hospital, Holly acts surprised when there is a mention of a diamond.